Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so Lakers got this game today, 7 o'clock against the Celtics. Of course, this is a preseason game, or summer league, not even preseason, summer league game that we're talking about. And the Celtics have yet to win a game in the summer league, and I would like to think they're not going to have any success against our very good Lakers because we haven't lost a game in the Vegas side of the summer league. Didn't win anything in Sacramento, but we haven't lost anything in Vegas. So we've been very pleased with our squad. So I know I've reported this already, but D'Angelo Russell restructured his contract, waived his no trades clause, put himself in a position to now have $36 million guaranteed for the next 2 years. Congratulations to him and the Lakers, because I think it's a good deal for them. And still waiting on Christian Wood, as we know. We've talked a lot about that. And the holdup right now, I think, is exactly what we thought it was. It's the James Harden deal and the Dame Lillard deal. Guys aren't really sure where they're going to be best to land because they're likely going to land wherever this shakes out. So that's the circumstance there. I think Christian Wood, P.J. Washington, Bol are probably all waiting to see what happens with this. James Harden has mentioned today that he really does want to be traded, as if his first trade request wasn't understood. He reiterated again that he wants out of Philly. So all of this stuff is happening, and no movement whatsoever. So I don't know what else to tell you guys in regards to those particular subjects, other than we wait in the off season for something to talk about. And there ain't nothing. But we do have this game coming up tonight, and I'm very excited about these players. So we got a four-year deal going for Max Lewis. I didn't get the dollar amount on that, but it's something really, really low for a rookie. And we're very pleased to have him on for 4 years. I guess the Rob Pelinka rule has caught up into play as to where we can now sign guys to more than a 2-year deal if they're undrafted or something. I'm not really sure I understand it perfectly, but I would refer you guys to Trevor Lane's content that he made today on Laker Nation talking about that and further explaining exactly what that Rob Pelinka rule actually is in regards to being able to sign guys to 4-year deals out as rookies who are in the second round or undrafted. So I think that's how that goes. We can get him on a 4-year deal now. It gives us a lot more time to develop our talent. We don't have to rush out of here like we did with THT or rush to pay him like we did with Austin Reeves. This will give us more of a real sample size of what a real development is supposed to be. When you get a guy undrafted, it takes about 4 years for just about all prospects, 4 years or more, for them to fully develop and be professionals in the league. And so this gives you a chance to get the full development process in your uniform, and I like the idea of adding Max Lewis to that type of deal because he is somebody that we expect to develop quite a bit over the next 4 years, and if we have him on a contract like that, it's going to look great in year 3. He'll likely want some type of massive extension in year 4, but I'm pretty sure if he plays up to that, we feel great about it, and if he doesn't, we feel good that we have him for a low price. So that's what I love about this. Hopefully that can be the norm from here on out in regards to the league, because more of these prospects are going to start popping up and being more effective for some of these teams, I believe. So that's one thing that stood out. Skipping away from my Lakers for a second, one player that's really impressed me, I just got through watching the Pistons and the Raptors highlights, and I'm telling you, Stuart Thompson looks really, really impressive, man. Really impressive on both sides of the floor. His jump shot's falling. His defense looks superb. His rebounding is good. His athleticism is better than advertised. He just looks like an all-around star, man. All-around star for the Detroit Pistons. And I think they got it right. I wasn't in love with him being drafted there initially, but now that I see what he's going to be able to do for their team, he's going to bring a winning attitude to Detroit immediately. He is a winning player. I haven't had a chance to see his brother as much because, of course, his bro's been hurt, but I know his brother's athleticism was astonishing, and his game also was fantastic, and he too hit some threes in the summer league before getting hurt. So both of the Thompson twins look like they're going to be all-stars for years to come. And I was really, really impressed with what I saw from Ausar, man. Really impressed. His passing is fantastic. Overall playmaking, shooting guard, small forward combination with all the athleticism in the world. So much has been said about a men's athleticism to where you might think that Ausar is lacking in athleticism if you listen to people compare the two. And that is just not the case. Ausar is an elite athlete. And you saw that today in the highlights with him getting that reverse dunk off a turnover. I mean, just really, really, really fantastic athlete. So that's what I wanted to say. I think Ausar Thompson is going to be just as good as his brother, if not better. And I think the Detroit Pistons got them one. I'm pretty certain of that. So yeah, that's what's fresh on my mind right now, because that's exactly what I just got through watching before I turned on the highlights. I was thinking about that more so than I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about. This is how good the Pistons look with Ausar and Sasser, particularly, and just understanding that they're coming back with one of the toughest young cores in the game, and that's a glue piece. And I would not be surprised if 3 years from now we see the Houston Rockets versus the Detroit Pistons in the finals. It wouldn't shock me, because that is the type of cores that both of those teams have right now. And there's some good teams. I was looking at the I think it was ESPN who put up the top 10 top cores in the young cores in the league, and they had San Antonio at the number one spot, and I just thought that was such a lazy choice for them, and so tired of them, to be honest with you. And don't get it twisted, San Antonio, you have a fantastic core. I'm aware. Sohan, Vassell, Branham, what's his name? Wesley. You guys got all kinds of guys that I really like on that team. Don't get it twisted. Jones. You got a good core, and you're in that mix, top 10 for sure. But to say that you're the number one over teams like Orlando and Houston and Detroit and OKC and the Pacers that really genuinely have deep cores up and down, I mean, you can't just get one guy and then say it usurps everything and everybody else. I just think that that's so stupid and silly and lazy of them to really do that. And it's controversial, but in a lame way. You know what I mean? It's like, clearly that's not actually what's going on out there. But nevertheless, we do respect that they have the most important young piece in the league. But to say that they have the best young core because of it is just lazy. It's lazy-minded. And it's corny. So, I personally think the best core is in Houston. I believe that. Even though they gave away plenty of young talent for which they shouldn't have done, I still think they have a lot left over that keeps them there. OKC needs to be considered for that, of course, because of all that they have. They may even have more now that they've made the trade with Atlanta to take two of those kids from Houston's core in Ty Washington and Garuba. Now they're in OKC, added to their group. So I might have to say OKC has a better group based on the fact that some of that Houston group is now with OKC. Woo, the rich get richer, but yeah, Sam Presti is going to always hoard talent and picks, and I've gotten on his case as of late for hoarding talent. Get those kids that are in log jams out of there, please. So one has to say they have a fantastic core, and also another team that needs to be mentioned now is the Charlotte Hornets. We got to start talking about them having a fantastic core when you consider all of the talent that they got with those guards and the bigs that they got and the forwards that they got. They've shot themselves into a range where you have to respect them just like you got to respect the Pacers now. There's two teams with legitimate star-level young cores. So, yeah, those are the two new entry teams. Definitely the Pacers. Definitely them. And also, I think the Wizards probably will enter their name in that over the next several years with the picks that they have and the needs that they have. They will enter their name into that, but they're not there right now. And, of course, I want my Lakers in that conversation. Since we have so many young, talented players as well, even though it's Bron and AD on the team, everybody else is young. And I could argue we have just as much young talent as any of those teams as it pertains to how much of our talent is young. So that's what I'll say. I think the Lakers are very much in that mix. I saw Minnesota in that mix. I don't know why. With respect to Minnesota, I know what they have. Anthony Edwards, Leonard, McDaniels. That's it. Nobody else on that team is young. Stop playing with us. I heard people say the Cleveland should be in that conversation. I understand that, even though some of their players are seasoned and a lot of their talent doesn't exist because it's on the back of that bench. There's nothing there. Maybe you look at Imani Bates. Maybe you look at Allen, but he's older now. Maybe you look at Donovan. You probably shouldn't. So I like Garland there. I like Mobley there. Okoro there. And Imani there. So I guess you could consider them a decent team with young talent, but not enough of it to put them in the mix with some of these teams that we're talking about. So Sacramento, I think, could be mentioned as well, seeing that they're putting together a nice young team. So there's a lot of teams with good young talent, but to say that San Antonio is has the best young core in the league, no. Just say that you're trying to rile up everybody to get them to say no, they don't, because that's literally all that's for. So I just want to put that out there. At any rate, yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Looking forward to this game, of course, an hour from now. The Lakers and the Celtics, we should mollywop them. It shouldn't be an issue. They don't really have a whole lot of young talent in the summer league. They got Jordan Walsh, a couple other guys that we'll pay attention to, but our team should smack them around pretty good. And given the fact that it's bragging rights, I do expect for them to play well. They know they're playing against the Lakers. They know who they are. That you're all trying to make a team, so you best believe they're going to play their best game against us. And we should still mollywop them because we have a much better team. So that's what I'm hopeful we'll see, man. I think the right idea for the Lakers is to not have Cam Reddish out there running in the summer league because it is year 4 for him. But I don't think he's had as much experience on the court to say that if he were asked to play in the summer league, it's egregious. I mean, he ain't played that much in his career. And although he had some good minutes with the Portland Trailblazers, I still think there's a lot of development that we are going to have to see him make up for on our uniform. So I think he should be out there personally. I just think that's worth saying again. Cole Swider, man, I think I've been listening to other Laker Nation people, and they were saying the same things I'm saying. I'm not the only person. Cole Swider doesn't look like he's going to make it on the Lakers. Not at all. And we don't play around about stuff like that. We understand his game is elite in regards to the thing that he does. He's an elite shooter, especially in the gift of having the shot be contested. He just hits contested shots about as much as any prospect I've seen. So I want that elite skill to be articulated clearly as we talk about this, because he does have an elite skill. But the other things, the other attributes of his game, it's almost as if he's regressed some. And so I guess I was able to hear others agree with that opinion and feel vindicated in having that opinion. I don't feel like I'm alone. I don't feel like I'm just some scrub dude talking about this and I'm the only person seeing this. No, unfortunately, it's just the way everybody seems to be talking about this situation. When you have to make a decision on who we are looking at in regards to our guys on the summer league, Demoy Hodge, Fudge, obviously the guys that we drafted, Castleton as well. I mean, you cannot necessarily say that you are going to choose Cole over those three. And so that's really what it comes down to. I just don't, as I said yesterday, he's going to have to work very hard. Hopefully he has a very good game tonight. I'm rooting for him to be successful. But if I have a choice, those three are going to be ahead of him. And that's just the way it is. Fudge came out of nowhere, you know. That's the thing. You got an athletic player like that, even though he's not being overly utilized, he's still extremely young. And you've already seen enough positive in the summer league to know that he needs to be a prospect on your team for the next several years in the South Bay. So that's what it really comes down to now. Whether or not Fudge needs to be called up to the big leagues right away, whether it's so important that we give him our third two-way right now, I don't think so. But I'm not letting him leave my organization just the same. He will be getting a two-way next season and the season following, depending on how fast his development goes. But he's, as far as what we're doing with Cole, that's basically who I'm shifting it to. It's Fudge now. You know what I mean? Whatever we, you know, and I don't know if that's the right way to go, but that's just how I'm looking at it. Demoy gonna be on the team sooner than later. I'm telling you right now, he's not gonna even be in the G League for very long, in my humble opinion. And Castleton either. Definitely not. Castleton's not a G League guy at all to me. He's gonna prove himself as the summer league continues staying healthy, knock on wood. He and Demoy are going to continue to show us that they should likely be a part of the big team. They're too good to not be, and I think both of them are too old to be toying around the G League. To be completely honest with you, so if they're good enough to play now, I don't need to treat them like rookies because they're older than rookies. Get at the fudge. That's what I'm saying about that. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to see these guys. They're getting better every game, so I'm only expecting more of the same from them today. More dominance on the boards from Castleton, more steady point guard leadership from Jalen Hood-Schifino, more aggressive two-way play, athleticism and polish from little Kobe Bryant out there in Max Christie. More athleticism and continued trust from the team, the coaches in Max Lewis to get more minutes as this summer league continues to progress. So I'm expecting to see, man, because these guys have been playing so good together as a unit in the summer league that I don't expect them to lose tonight to a Celtics team that's not better than the Charlotte team we just beat, to be honest with you. So yeah, this should be an easy night for our guys if we're doing what we're supposed to do. Granted, they're going to come out, the Celtics will, with a lot of pride, but if we flex what it is that's more talent than they have, we should win by double digits. I don't think there should be a threat to us tonight, man. Just to be honest with you, I don't think so. But that doesn't mean anything. It's summer league, so we got to come out and fight. So that's really what it is. I hope we put an emphasis on the guys that we believe are going to make the team. You know, that's my preference on the situation. I know there's some guys that have been in our organization for a long time that are still going strong. LJ Figueroa, you know, Kalita Jones is having a good summer league as well, contributing to success for our team. So I don't want to push them dudes out because I don't think they have a chance to make this big squad this year, and would much rather see the other guys who I know will be likely playing some minutes with the big squad. So, you know, I don't know if I got the right opinion about things, but I definitely want to see more of who I know will be there for us, who I know we need to develop, who I know is going to be impacting some second units and garbage time minutes with the big squad. So that's what I hope to see, man. More of those guys, less of the guys who will likely not be there. Yeah, man. So that's what I'm hoping to see. That's pretty much my talk for the day. Of course, it's the off season, so it's kind of hard to come up with content as consistently unless I'm picking projects out to do like I did 2 years ago, which I haven't been able to really start in regards to like breaking down every team and all of that. For one, the teams aren't done. Still waiting on big pieces like PJ and Wood. And two, it's very time consuming. And I don't think I'm going to have the time to do it this summer. But next year, hopefully things will be a bit more stable around me, and I can get back to doing that type of detailed work in the summertime that I really do enjoy doing. So that's pretty much my chat for the day, you guys. Of course, I'll have something at the end of the game if I feel like it. In the summer league, I'm not as intent on hitting y'all with content that breaks down the games themselves. But if the game's worth watching and there's something to talk about, believe me, I'll come back at the end of this one and bring you something for you. So that's what I have. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.